Hi, everybody. I'm Micah, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote: if you're going through hell, keep going. We often hear people say, or maybe you've said it, oh man, I'm just going through hell right now. And it's describing a rough time that you're in. It's not referring to the literal lake of fire that we hear a lot about. It's just a hard time. It could be marriage that's just struggling, or your family, or dealing with your teenagers. It could be a breakup you've been through, and it's just been devastating to you. It could be a serious illness, physical problems, major pain, and it's just overwhelming. Maybe you're in recovery, and it's just been a real struggle recently, and you're just so hard, and you have things you want to do, and this is just holding you back. Could be your job. You just hate it, but you don't have a choice right now. You need to stick with it, and it's brutal. Caring for a loved one, grief over a major loss, maybe extreme financial problems, major indebtedness. And we go through these situations, and it feels just like we're in a hell, and it just wears us down. Someone once asked a man how he was doing, and the guy replied, "Oh man, I'm just going through hell right now." And his friend said, "Well, keep going. That's no place to stop." The only way out of this kind of hell is to keep going. Don't stop. It's tempting to stop. We think it'll bring relief, but it doesn't. We can complain and get angry, and we can make excuses for things, procrastinate actions we need to take. We can blame somebody we think that caused it. We can run away or just deny our feelings and our struggles. But all this just keeps us in this hell-like experience. It's like going four-wheeling. When you go through some thick, deep mud, and you just don't want to stop. You want to keep crawling forward, or you're going to bog down and end up getting stuck and have to have somebody help pull you out. To keep going through this hell we're in, to get through it, we need a few things. And the first one, I think maybe the most important one, is we need momentum. Something that will keep you moving, that keeps you moving forward. This is a sense of purpose or mission, something worth living for, fighting for, even dying for, something that can't be taken away. When going through hell, this is constantly before you, and it is so powerful in helping. For me, my purpose is a spiritual one. I'm a Christ follower, and so my purpose is about that. The purpose I live for is I want to belong to Jesus. I want him to be the boss of my life. I want to become like him. I want him to be my standard as I'm growing in my faith. And I want to impact other people with his love and grace so they will become followers of Christ. I'm learning to do this in a different way now that I'm retired from being a pastor, but it still has a powerful influence in my life. And it still just really encourages me and it motivates me. It's like a higher calling I have that leads me through life and helps me have impact and be productive in life. My question is, do you have a life purpose? A reason that you are here? Because this will really help when you're going through hell in life, and we all go through that. For some people, their purpose is not big enough. It's not something that can't be taken away. Some people are really into sports, professional, are just really good at it, but not at that level. Some people, it's their career, that's their purpose, that gives them meaning. Some people, they're into their investments. Some people, it's a life task they have, a responsibility, like parenting. For some people, it's their talent, art, music, creating things. And these are wonderful things and they're good things. And really anything we do can bring us some satisfaction. And we need to do our best in those things. But purpose needs to be bigger, something that can't change no matter what happens to you in life. Sports can be interrupted if you go through a serious injury. Music, I've heard of many musicians who were very talented, but their music career was stopped because of a problem physically that affected their music, lost their voice, lost their hearing. So you want something bigger that continues to be true no matter what happens in your life, no matter what changes you go through or what hardships you go through. Oftentimes, when we're going through hard times, it forces us to look at the question, why am I here? What is my purpose? So you need that. You need to clear that up. I think also to help us keep going through hell, we need clarity. What are you going through? What is the problem? You can't say my life is just horrible. Why is it horrible? What is your problem? Is it a financial problem? Is it a physical illness? Is it recovery? Is it grieving? Is it just I hate my job and I have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn? What is the problem that is so intense? I think it's good to keep it clear, keep a name on it, so you know what you're working with. And then you want to be really clear about how you got there. Did you cause it? Or did it just happen to you? You're an innocent victim. Somebody made some choices and it affected you in the negative and put your life in a spin and pushed you into a real hard time. That's important. If you did it, you need to own it, admit it, and learn from it so you don't make this kind of a mistake again. If it's something that just happened to you, you need to be willing to forgive and not get bitter about it and keep making the right choices and reacting properly to work your way through this. We also need a strategy. How will you get through this mess you're in? This is the best thing to do, is to sit down and get clear about what you're going through and look at the best way to get through it. Maybe get some advice from an expert that can really help you if you're not really sure. You don't want to take a shortcut because they don't help. I think the strategy involves setting some clear goals that will move you forward. And I think it helps to be very specific about these, not vague, not too big. They need to be clear and specific and practical so they can give you some practical steps toward achieving the main goal of getting through this hell that you're in. Sort of like climbing a ladder. And remember to celebrate each victory. This is really motivating and encouraging, and it helps you not to get overwhelmed and want to give up. So get a strategy, get some advice to help you create a good strategy so that you can move forward. I think it also helps when you're going through this to be a learner. Look for the life lessons. You don't just have to make up lessons, but there will be some obvious lessons along the way. Lessons about you. You will learn about you when you go through these really hard times. You will find your weaknesses and you will find your strengths. And you can be encouraged to realize that you're making it. So learn these lessons. Learn the mistakes that you made that got you in this mess so that when you get through this, you won't do it again. That's why I really I'm not always in favor of bailing people out. I don't mind helping, but when you're bailed out of a mess, you don't learn the lessons that you would learn if you had to work through it on your own. So we want to work through it on our own, but we want to be a learner so that we don't do it again. Two more things. I think it really helps to remain grateful. Always grateful, always thankful. And it seems stupid in a way. It's like ridiculous. You're in this horrible situation. It's, up in the level of feeling like hell. It's so hard and so demanding and so draining. And you think there's nothing that I'm grateful for about this mess. Maybe not about the mess, but that mess is not your whole life. There are other things going on, and you can see them and be thankful. The things that haven't changed, that are still there, thank for that. Give thanks. The people that have come into your life to help, be thankful. If you're a believer, to keep your eyes open to what God is doing in your life and in your world through this problem. There's always something to be grateful for, even just the reality, well, it could be worse. I mean, for some of you, I hear about horrible situations that people are going through, and I think, there's no way anything's worse than that, but there's always something. So stay grateful. And I think finally, a very important part that we often neglect is you need a support team, a team of friends, a few people, not a lot of people, just a few who will walk with you through this hell that you're in. They can help you by holding you accountable and help you make the right choices, the best choices, and avoid bad choices. They can just be there for you. They won't let you gloss over what you did if you blew it, but they also will not constantly keep bringing it up or reminding you, boy, you made a bad choice. But they're just there for you. I am so grateful for the good friends I have in my life that I've had for a long time. I'm not one to have a lot of friends, but I have a few good ones, and they've proven themselves time and time again when I've needed support and help. And hopefully I have done the same with them and supporting them. So you need that. And again, I want to emphasize, you don't need a lot of people. Too many people can just be more problems. Just a few good ones. And they'll really be a benefit when you're going through hard times. But they'll also be there with you and for you when times are good. Everybody goes through hell in life. And we just need to keep going. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep going. Get through it. And every time you get through it, you must know you are developing character. You're developing character. You're developing perseverance and inner strength for the next tough time you go through. You'll be stronger, better suited, better prepared. And you're developing a life story that will bless and inspire other people, your children, your grandchildren, your close friends. You will have some great lessons that you've learned that you can use to encourage and support others who are going through a terrible time. So remember, if you're going through hell, keep going. Hey, thanks so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you something to hang on to and maybe think about and tweak a little to apply to you. Maybe it's something that you think you might want to share with somebody. So if you liked it, I hope you click like. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. And I will get back into the regular routine, probably starting now. My life is settling down quite a bit. And always feel free to share this and use it to help others. So until next time, I hope your life is blessed. Thanks.